Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic and this is another reaction to the Vinland Saga. It is episode 13 and well, as always, if you want to see it with inlayed videos, go down into my descriptions. If you want to see the next episode after you finish this one, it's over there on my Patreon. And here we go. In 3, 2, 1, now. So, Thorfinn? Child of a hero. What the heck? Did I miss something? What? Did I miss the fuck? And new intros, it seems. I have to check. I'm confused by now. Sorry, I'm not checking the intro right now. Okay, it's the right episode. Whoa! Out of nowhere! Yay, the next one he's fighting with. Sure. Ouch. Did you just see a prince? Yeah. So it seems like they took the village then. Good question. Hmm. And he put on the crown again. Oh. Yeah, and it worked. Oh yeah. His face. This. Wow, the eyes. Will it dress you? Say something spirited. Oh my. Didn't expect that. He has to learn to do it himself. Askeladd trains the prince. The heck? Yeah. Oh. And he has seen it, yeah. I can see that, okay. The plan. That look. Wow. I mean, he's a prince, right? So, a big problem. Yep. He wants to know. Information is power. And yours was Asa. Everyone's trying to get something out of it. Mm-hmm. He's trying to collect an army to gather them. Is he? What about us? Why don't you tell us? Yes, child. Ooh. Oh well. Oh, what? He wants to be king? Oh my. I see. Ah, it was him. I mean, I was surprised that he looked a bit different, but damn it. Very own agenda, huh? What tells us you're not? Yeah. Do you? Because they trust him. Exactly. Ah, that's a problem. Conehead! Yeah, he is. Panic! Panic! Well, captured is not correct, but okay. The superstition. They eat humans. Uh, 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 uh. You want to ask a question? Yeah. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. He wants to find a level with someone of his age, eh? I'm declaring I'm right. He got him out of his shell. Interesting. Latin? I think it's Latin. Looked a bit like, right? Okay, so they crossed the border. It's already winter again? So we just skipped a year. That would be an awful long time. Hmm. When was it ever? He knows what he's doing. Hmm. I don't know why, but it feels to me like he's going for a monastery or anything like that. You know, something of Christian belief, of the Christian church. Valkyries. Interesting episode. I mean, that changed quite a lot there, right? Such an interesting new background. So, let's start with what I said in the end first. I don't know why, but it feels to me like Askelad saying he wants, they need supplies. They changed directions, so he could attack some kind of a village or something like that, which would make everyone in the area aware of him being there. And that would be interesting because it would have an impact on the prince. He could attack a monastery because the prince was brought up Christian. So if he takes out a monastery or anything like that, he would have the prince open up and being confronted. It was just an idea. It maybe not. We will see. But apart from that, this episode was called Child of a Hero. Which is kind of interesting because the child of a hero seems to be Thorfinn, but then it was about the prince being a child of his father, who is not so much of a hero, I guess, but about his upbringing, and it was centered mainly around Askelad, who was a child of his mother, and of his father Olaf, who, as he said, captured at least a part of Wales in the past. So that's, or at least raided, let's say raided, and captured his mother then. So it's a lot about who is a child of whom. In Askelad claims to be like the grandchild, whatever child of a hero named Artorius, the base, the foundation for the Arthur epic. So that's interesting as well. So he's kind of the last descendant, someone who could claim to be the rightful king in some ways of Britain in general. We know that the king who exists by now, the English king, has fled the country. He has some support. Askelad has some support from Walish persons. Someone who can state that his claim is true. If it is true or not is another question. And the plan in general is not shown yet, but the Usher was like, what the heck? You can't be serious about that. So I feel like Askelad is not only going for Wales, being the king of Wales, it is quite possible that he's about to go to be the king of Britain, which is a bit far stretched there, but then, who knows? Interesting, very interesting turn of event there. Seeing that he was talking in the past about the last years and that he has to change plans now. He's moving away from this life of a mercenary because, you know, let's be honest, age will take its toll sooner or later. Possibly he goes for a weird and very risky plan, and that's what he's doing right now. Getting Canute to be the next king. A weak king. Someone, last episode, right? Some people would like a weak king. Someone who would at least partially follow him or at least be partially obedient to him. Would give a huge push to his claim. So I can see that. It still is far-fetched. Right? But why not try? So the mother in the beginning and the boy carrying her was Askelad, and that's kind of interesting because I thought, like, that's weird. The mother looks a lot like Thorfinn, the boy, the man, young man, whatever, around there. Had some similarities as well, so it's really interesting to see that the outer appearance of Thorfinn resembles time to time Askelad in the past and his mother, which, by the way, leaves the question, just far-fetching again. What if the mother of Thorfinn is somehow of royal blood as well? I know. You know, it's just because they are quite similar in appearance, I think, all these characters. But then maybe they are just have like this standard build of a Danish person at this age. I don't know. However, very interesting, really cool. I like the beginning with the king of the Danes. He is my dear son. And then later on put on the crown. So, for me, it felt a bit like this moment there was a father speaking, and then once the father finished what he was talking about, he puts on the crown again, because as a king, he cannot care so much personally about what his son is doing and about the well-being of his son. But without the crown, he can. It might be just an interpretation by myself, but I like that idea. You know, that when you wear the crown, you have to be the king. You cannot be conflicted by emotions and stuff like that. But when you put it away, for a second at least, you can be the father. It's a nice idea. I understand that Canute had to learn to be silent. We had this scene, him sitting in a chair in a small throne there, and in front of him those shadows attacking each other and blood flowing. So yes, if you stand out too much, you get cut off. So being a weak prince, someone who's of no danger, there was a better chance to survive. I see that. However, that's something that will change and has to change now. And finally, we have Thorfinn getting to the prince. maybe partially because of his age, because they're the same age, partially because he just is upfront, you know, he just insults him. And that's something that Canute is not used to. So Prince Canute is opening up, and they're at least speaking a bit, which, by the way, may lead to something else in the future, meaning that Prince Canute may listen to Thorfinn instead of Askelad. However, it was a really, really good episode, and once again we learned a lot about Askelad. What a great character. I mean, you told me in the beginning, in the first episodes already, that Askelad is a very deep and intriguing character with a lot of sides to him. And I can completely agree. We see this time his diplomatic side. He's really good at getting other people to do what he wants. So in this case it was Asa. He is very, very clever. I talked about it last time, or second last, how philosophical he can be, right? And I said if he would have been born in another situation as another person, he might have become a great leader of a nation. And now this series shows us he has or had the potential to be. Interesting, really interesting. I don't know about his statement of hating the Danes. I mean, partially I can see that it might be true because of his father and what he did to his mother. And we've seen he rescued his mother, so it might be true. But then he does a lot with them, so he cannot deny that he has Danish blood, and well, I don't know if his hate for them is so deep as he acts there, but he knows what Asa wants to hear, so very well done. Good episode. As always, if you want to see the next one, it's on my Patreon, and so far feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. My name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.